This is a video review of the Transformers War for Cybertron Siege Starscream. And here he is in his Cybertronian Tetrajet mode. As you can see, it's a nice rendition of the same Tetrajet that we saw in the first episode of Transformers. They take some liberties in terms of the panels and things like that. And it's not as sleek given that the legs and the arms are just hanging in the bottom. Otherwise, it's I think it's a really good rendition of it. As you can see, it comes with all these battle damage slash dirt paint. I know it looks bad in the video, but it actually fits the jet mode well. Reminds me of Luke Skywalker's X-Wing. So it's really good. Also, one thing that surprised me is fairly solid. Everything is tabbed in together very well. Probably the only thing that you can move are these feet part, which is I guess okay. Is simulate the thrusters moving. Other than that, everything is fixed into position, which is good. He comes with his standard null rays, which is standard for all Starscreams. It's fairly different rendition of it, but it's nice. Even comes with the scope and everything. I don't know how you'd look through the scope given that it's tabbed to your arm, but anyway, there they are. There's two of them. Comes with a lot of peg holes where you can actually put the null rays. I just put it here on the wing where it's supposed to be, I guess, but you can put it there as well, which is fine. Doesn't look too bad, so up to you. Yeah, a really nice Cybertron jet mode. So for some comparisons, here he is with Voyager Siege Optimus Prime. So you can see it's about the same length as Prime, a fair bit heavier, but I think they're a good size. Here he is with Deluxe Class Hound. Now he is a fair bit bigger than Hound. And since I don't have the Generation Starscream on hand or any of the Seekers, shame on me, I do have Combiner Wars Aerial Bot mode. This is Blackwing. Surprisingly, he's about the same size as Blackwing, given that Blackwing's Deluxe and he's a Voyager. But later on, you'll see when I compare him in robot mode with another aerial bot, he compacts well, and he'll just grow in size later on. One thing I don't know if I showed you, so at the back, that's where his chest goes. So personally don't like it, but what can you do? I have a few gripes with this particular piece as well, as you'll see later when I start transforming him. So speaking of which, let's do that. First thing you'll do to transform him is unpeg the wings. So the wings will peg here at the front. Here at the front, here on the arm, and right at the back. When I start moving this piece, it'll just fall off. So if it does fall off, I'll just set it aside. Let's see if I can transform it without it falling off. It's just friction jointed there. Would have been better to have it pegged in, but I don't know. So let's see if I can. Oh, there it is. Let's try to peg it back on. So unpeg that peg from that hole, and the wings will be pegged those two pegs, peg into those two holes, not the middle one, the two side ones. And then this front tab is actually tabbed at the back here, so it's, like I said, fairly secure. Do the same on the other side. So peg and peg and peg, that's it. Then unpeg these. There's just one peg there. Roll this at the back there. Now you can actually scoot this forward. Leave that aside for now. Now you unpeg the arms. Those are the holes, those are the pegs. Unpeg them. Do the same on the other arm. Then just unpeg the legs as well. So this is just, it's just that hole, that peg, this tab here, tabs there, that's it. And then extend the legs, rotate them, and then let me just open up the legs. So the legs remind me a lot of Masterpiece. Yeah, so let me just adjust my camera. We're getting big. Okay, so let me open, so to transform the arms, you open up, okay, open up this panel. This panel doesn't tab in very well, but okay, do. So you open that, okay, twist the arm out and unfurl the arm, close it back out. Do the same on the other side. Twist it around. Yep. And then pull this down. This tabs there. Again, fairly secure. It doesn't fall off. Falling off. That's one major gripe, but once it's transformed, it's fairly secure. It's just during transformation that it tries its best to piss me off. Okay, yeah, once it's there, it won't move. And you reveal the head. This is one cool part of transformation. This whole nose of the jet, just unpeg them. This is fairly secure, so they're just hole in a peg, peg in a hole. You rotate these and it transforms into his shoulder exhaust, which I thought was pretty cool. At the back of his head, there's this piece that you extend. You can choose not to secure it, giving the head more articulation, but there's a transformation. You extend that and put those pegs into that cavity there on the exhaust. So let's do that. Push this down, and then you peg that into the hole there, while making sure the cavity is there. Arrange the wing however you want, and yeah, I think we're there. This is Siege Starscream in his robot mode, which again, very G1 accurate. So zoom in closer, so you should see the details. So you can see his head is very G1. I don't know if I can show you the light piping. Hang on. The light piping is really good, but I can't really show you given my bright camera. I'll try to post some pictures. But yeah, both Starscream and Soundwave have very good light piping. Yeah. So this is a full cockpit that comes in two parts. One of them connected to the upper torso and the other at the bottom, which allows for articulation. The arms are, well, standard arms. You can see a lot of the battle damage still exists, but it's not as egregious as vehicle mode. From the side, he is, well, fairly clean, and the masterpiece style legs, which is nice. And again, the back is also fairly clean, so there's nothing much in terms of paint or design that I can complain about. Now, his weapons, of course, will peg either on the shoulder or on the arm, so really depends on what kind of Starscream fan you are. Some of them will peg it at the forearm, others on the shoulder. I'll just peg it on the shoulder as it is normally used. One thing, this is very, well, not very, but slightly loose, and I can only see it get looser in time, which is troublesome because it's actually very tight here. So I don't know how I'm gonna solve it. Maybe by tightening that screw or putting nail polish inside the hole. But yeah, so for now it's not really that big an issue, but that's the other gripe that I was talking to you about. Yeah, so for some size comparisons, let's start with the aerial bot mode. Here he is with Dreadwind. So like I said, he grows in size and compresses a lot. Let me adjust my camera, see if I can lower it enough. There you go. So Dreadwind, fairly good sized Voyager. Here he is with two other Siege figures, Deluxe Sideswipe and Leader Magnus. So again, fairly good sized Voyager. Now the most important comparison, here he is with Paul Rudd. No, sorry. I knew you guys would be waiting for that. Here he is with let me see if I can get them all in frame. Soundwave and Megatron. Megatron stand. Yep. Megatron. So I thought he'd be bigger than Soundwave given his heft, but no. Soundwave is a tad taller on the head. Of course, if you go by the exhaust, he'll be taller. And Megatron is much taller than Starscream, which is a fairly good height, I guess. So yeah, these three look great together. I actually bought some repro labels for Megatron. Now I don't feel like putting them on just because, you know, it'll make him out of place with these two, but we'll see. And again, Paul Rudd. Yeah, I really like Paul Rudd. Okay, now for articulation. Remove this as these will fall off. The wings, you can position them any way you want. You can make them a fairly standard wing. You can hide them if you wanted to, but looks silly. I splayed them out in such a way, makes it look dynamic. Now going with the head, it looks up, looks down, looks left and right. If I unpeg this back piece, let's see, show you. Can quickly unpeg it. If I unpeg this back piece, for posing, it's better if you unpeg it. Doesn't really hinder like the figure at all. You can still do pretty much whatever. You can still do pretty much whatever you want to do with him. Just gives you more. There you go. If I unpeg the back piece of the head, you can actually make him look up very high, which is good for like flying poses, and very low as well, which is good again for like flying poses where you'd want him to look down on the Autobots, I guess. The arms are on universals. Of course, you can turn it all the way back because of the wings. Just fold them back, I guess. You have a swivel here, which will be hindered by the gun, but that's fine. The elbows are in double joints, really good. And then the fists are on swivels as well. Although the mushroom peg for the fist tends to pop it out easily, so be careful. But yeah, you have a waist swivel, which is slightly hindered by the backpack. Legs will go all the way forward. Will go all the way. No, it can go all the way back if you twist the back. Legs go all the way to the side. This one, the knees will go up. There's a swivel here. The knees will go more than 90 degrees, and if you push this slightly, go even further than that. So really good for dynamic posing. And the feet will go left and right, and you can reposition the toes. Really good. I wish he had more pivot though, given the dynamic nature of this figure. You can pull off a lot of really dynamic poses. Oh, that one as well. He has a butterfly joint, so you can actually go, part of the way forward before that thing unpicks. But anyway, so you can pull off like a lot of fairly dynamic poses with this guy, which is great. Like flying poses. So this guy is actually begging for like some sort of display stand. I mean, yeah. And he's really good. Of course, apart from this chest piece and this loose peg. Yeah. So yeah, really nice, and it's a very good replacement for your Generations Seeker. Okay, that's it. Again, this is a review of Transformers Siege War for Cybertron Starscream. Thanks for watching.